Morning guys, it's Dan. Hope you're well this morning. So I can't talk too loud because we're just in a restaurant, but in this Facebook Live, so I'm just going to talk to you about sweating the small stuff. So I'm just going to show you around first, because this is one of the best bits of the day, is showing you where we're going to work from today. So today we've got a coaching call that we're about to do, and then after that we've got 2 sales calls lined up. But if you're going to run some sales calls, you might as well run them from here, because it's just a beautiful place. So this is actually where we are today. Stunning. So my house, I jumped in the car this morning and came to the beach a bit further up from where I normally am. There we go. Good morning, Olivia, hope you're well. So we jumped in the car this morning just to drive up from the beach. Our house is just down there actually, hopefully you can see that down there. Where are we? Down there, no, where are we? Behind me. That way, basically. So that's where we live. So, morning Tony, hope you're well. I can wave to you, that's really cool. I didn't know I could do that. Let's wave at both of you, there you go. So, yeah, so we jumped in the car, we just came here. This is my favourite beach hut. Tony's been to this beach hut. There you are, Tony. Just to remind you of those happy times when you came out to the villa. That's really cool. So we jumped in a car, just wanted a change of scenery. Wifey has a party on at the villa with lots and lots of kids and her friends. Good morning. So I thought, time to escape the house. Where there's lots of other people's kids. Do you love kids, Dan? Well, I love my own. Do you know what I mean? You can't say that out loud too much. So I'm like, oh, there's lots of kids coming around. Okay, I think I'll just disappear. So yeah, we came out to the beach hut, got a coaching call, and then 2 sales calls, which is really cool. But you might as well do it from here. But I was just thinking about, you know, like the journey that gets you here, and the stuff that you worry about, that you panic on, that you like, you literally sweat the small stuff. You know, and it's really valid. You know, you get a bill through, and you know it's a big credit card statement or a utility bill, and you can't afford it. And like that's sweating the small stuff. And whilst it seems major at that point in time, it's not actually that major. It's just the small stuff. You know, we've all had bills like that. Think about a bill that you've had like that, and then go back, you know, 10 years ago, and then compare it to where you are now. You're in a much different place. And so this is the idea of don't sweat the small stuff. And it's kind of like a oxymoron, because it's impossible not to. The people playing netball are putting me off. Can you believe that? I'm playing netball over there. Bastards putting me off. Some people are trying to work, goddammit. So it's really easy to sweat the small stuff, because the small stuff feels massive at the time. It's like, yeah, but this isn't small, Dan. You don't understand. I've missed 3 mortgage payments. That's not small. And I get that, but you fast forward 10 years from now, and actually it is the small stuff. It doesn't feel like it. It feels like it's huge. But you know, I've got a tenant right now. He's not paying, and he's not communicating, and he's just being an arse, you know. And we're like, and his mum's a guarantor as well. So we've spoken to his mum, and his mum's like, well, nothing to do with me. I'm like, well, it is because you're a guarantor. She's like, well, no, it's nothing to do with me. Get your solicitor to speak to me. Well, we don't use solicitors. We just issue court proceedings, and we'll see you in court. Like, well, we'll see you in court. You know, as though they're all hard, aren't they? While they're threatening. And then when we get taken to court and lose, we're not that hard after all. And then they threaten you with violence and all that kind of thing. And it feels like that's a big thing. Do you know what I mean? Morning, Jen. It feels like that's a really big thing, and actually that's not a big thing. It's just sweating the small stuff. The big thing is if you start off on a particular journey 10 years ago and you get to now and nothing in your life has changed. That's the stuff you need to start sweating about. The small stuff are just obstacles in the way. During one of my coaching sessions that I was attending, on training that I was attending, I can wave to Jen, look at that, there you go, wave at Jen, that I was attending, there was a saying, and the saying was, obstacles are signposts along the way. You know, anybody who's not doing anything, they don't have obstacles, or the obstacles they have is because they haven't done anything. If you're putting yourself out, let's say you're property sourcing, or good morning, let's say you're property sourcing, or let's say you're trying to run a business and stuff's just not working, You know, that's happening because you're trying to do something. Whereas if you just sat on benefits on your ass watching Jeremy Kyle, which is now not on TV, thank goodness. Like, what obstacles have you got? Well, the obstacles are you're getting fatter, probably, your credit ratings in the toilet, but you've not done anything. Do you know what I mean? Like, people that just sit there and don't do anything and then complain life's crap. That's why life is crap. But if as long as you're doing something and you're moving forward, yes, you're going to have obstacles, and these are the small stuff that I'm talking about that you shouldn't be sweating. You know, I can't get enough customers is a small thing that you're worried about. It's not a big thing. You not having customers. Good morning, Trevor. I can wave at you too. Look at that. There you go. I'm very excited about waving at people. That's amazing. But sweating the small stuff's not going to get you anywhere. It's just worrying about it. So let's go back to not having clients. If you're worried about not having clients, that's okay to worry about that. Then the question turns into, what are you going to do about that? Like, well, I'm not going to do anything. I'm just going to sit and worry and moan about it on Facebook. Awesome. Like, I've put weight on in the last, 10 months. Put a lot of weight. And I could just sit there and moan about it, or actually I could just do something about it, and on one meal a day, which is actually seems to be working. I'll talk about that in another video. But if you haven't got clients coming in and you've got no leads coming in, then do something about it. Well, what's the problem? How many marketing books have you read? What content have you put out? You have the power within you to go, move forward, work out a plan. And all you need is a pen and a piece of paper to work out a plan. Okay, I've not got any clients, let's go live every single day. Perfect, go live every day. There's definitely something I don't do, and in an environment like this, I find it really hard to go live because people are watching. It's probably why my voice is a little bit quiet. I'm not the usual hey that I normally am. But yeah, we've had 7 weeks so far. We're just in week 8 of summer holidays. I'm done. Ping, the microwave's gone, get back to work, get back to school, I'm done. I'm really looking forward to everyone getting back into normal routine so that I can start going live again. I really missed it, it's part of my routine, and I've not gone live for ages. But, and that, by the way, that has an effect on leads coming through, and although we've got a lot of content going out, the content that goes out has to be mixed in with going live. It's like trying to bake a cake without the flour. You can do images and you can do pre-recorded videos and you can do podcasts, but we live in 2019. If you're not going live on a regular basis, you ain't doing shit. And I'm sorry to put it as blunt as that, but and we've talked about this in a couple of posts that we've had. And I'm sorry, by the way, if the wind is hitting the microphone. We're sat on the beach, so it's coming through. But if you're not going live, you're only doing 50% of what you should be doing. Going live is like pillar content. But if you're not doing that, and then you're also moaning about not having clients, that's why you've not got clients. We live in this world now. It's not 1972 or the 1980s or even 2001. I was watching a basketball game from 2001. First of all, it wasn't widescreen, it was small screen, and then it wasn't in high def. And you're like, God, did we used to watch this in early 2000s? But we're in 2019, and the stuff that used to work 5 or 10 years ago, 4 years ago, doesn't work anymore. And the stuff that nobody did 4 years ago, you must do constantly. Going live on Facebook is one of those things. I'm totally guilty of not doing it. So we're putting out all the other content, which is great, and we get some leads coming through, but as soon as we start going live, we get a lot more leads coming through, because people want to see you, people want to know who you are. And the more you do it, people go, well, I've gone live and nobody watched it. That's awesome, well done. Who cares that nobody watched it? Good morning, Joanne, hope you're well. How's Portugal? We're just at the beach here, so let's just show you where we are. We're always very proud. We're just sat in our beach hut. It's not my beach hut, I don't own it, but this is where we are. We've got people playing volleyball over there, which is really cool. Lots of people sunbathing, people out on sailing boats out in the distance, which is really nice. Let's put that back down. So, the fact that nobody watches you go live, like, so what? It doesn't really matter. The key for you is that you go live. And the first time, the second time, and the 5th time, and the 100th time, and you'll get better and better and better and better and better. Tony's just saying Tina totally agrees with that regarding video. It's like, the pillar content. We ask clients, please go live, and we can pull out the podcast, and then we can pull out the video, and then we can create some snippets, and then we can use that, and we can get images off it. We can do all sorts of funky stuff with that. But going live is pillar content, So thanks, Tony, for reminding me about that. So back to sweating the small stuff. If you've got a plan and you're starting the plan, it's not going to work straight out the door, out the gate. It just doesn't work like that. You don't learn to ride a bike by getting on it and pedaling and riding a bike. You're going to fall off and you're going to hurt your legs and you're going to scratch your knees and all the rest of it. Don't let go, Daddy. We're just teaching Lucia to ride the bike at the well. Don't let go, Daddy. Nope, not letting go. Letting go. Do you know what I mean? Oh, stuff you put your kids through. So you're going to have obstacles in a way, and if something comes up, oh, I've just got a tax bill. Great, you've got a tax bill. It's really negative for us, like 10 grand. Okay, well, what's the problem there? There's the problem that you've got a tax bill, so you must be closing business. That's not the problem. Good morning, Mark. Hope you're well. You've got a tax bill that's 10 grand. That's not the problem because you're closing business. The problem is you haven't accounted for it. That's the problem, because it's come out of the blue. Now you've got 10 grand that you're having to run around and find. That's the problem. So actually, why don't you just put something in place to deal with that problem, which is probably saving £1 a month, moving £1 every single month, moving it over to your tax bill, and then if your tax bill's only £5, at the end of the year you've got £7, you can go put that down as a part deposit on a house or whatever it happens to be, pay down some debt. You have to take that into account. Too many people, oh, I've got this problem, and that's it. They don't do anything with it. They don't learn about it, they don't put anything in place, they don't have a spreadsheet to deal with it. They're just, oh, this is my problem, I'm just going to give up, can't do it anymore. I've got a tenant that's not paying his rent, and he's not moving out, and he's just being a bit of a knob, really. Broken our no dickheads allowed clause on our tenancy agreement, so he's going to get evicted and we'll go through court, and that's just a very, very short-term problem. In 6 months' time, I won't even remember this guy's name in 6 months' time. It's just completely irrelevant, but it feels massive because that's where we are right now. So what have we done about our next tenants? Well, actually, we've just really tightened up on, we went through a phase of not asking tenants so much, and that's really bitten us in the backside, frankly. And now we ask tenants everything. I want to see bank statements, I want to see where they work, I want to see their Facebook page. Well, what do you want to know that for? Says the tenants. Right, well, you can piss off. Do you know what I mean? You want to rent my place, then you have to jump through my hoops. If you don't, other people will. So that's fine. So, if the question isn't what's gone wrong, the question is what are you going to put in place so that next time that stuff's not going to go wrong. This is how you get better and better and better. And by the way, I've been in lettings for 20 years, been a landlord for 20 years. Do you think we still learned that lesson yet? Nah. Do you know what I mean? I wish we'd just learned that lesson. Please, Dan, if you've got one lesson to learn, just understand that a lot of tenants are going to do you over. Just understand that. Oh, you can't say that, not all tenants are the same. No, they're not, but 10% are. Just knobheads. Basically, someone's going to screw you over. When were you going to learn this lesson? So, the issue isn't the obstacle. The issue is what are you going to do about it? And that's what we call experience. And that's what we call learning. So when you sweat in the small stuff, there's no point in sweating the small stuff, because small stuff is continually going to happen, and if the small stuff isn't happening, it means you're not pushing yourself enough. Okay, so I'd rather push myself enough, make mistakes that hopefully I'm going to learn from 20 years in, hopefully I'm going to learn from, and so I don't make the same mistake twice. Now, are you going to make the same mistake twice? Of course you bloody well are. Are you going to make it 3 times and 4 times and 5 times? Yes. Are you a single female making the same mistake guy after guy after guy? Of course you are. Are you a single male making the same mistake with women again and again and again? Of course you do, right? This is just who we are. Nobody is perfect. As much as we want to be, don't learn a lesson once and go, that's it, I've learnt my lesson, I'm never ever ever going to get that wrong ever again, because it's bullshit. You know it's bullshit, I know it's bullshit. Sorry about the wind in the speaker, by the way. It's just the air coming off the meds. So, sweat the small stuff, really easy to do. The way around it is to appreciate and acknowledge it. Understand that you're always going to have it. It doesn't matter where you are and what level you're at. If you're a level 3 person and you have a level 4 problem, that's huge. to you. That is one of the small stuff, by the way, level 4 problem. A level 17 problem when you're level 3. Now that's the big stuff you need to sweat, right? But if it's a level 4 problem, like a tenant not paying, who gives a shit? It's just a very short term, 3 or 4, maybe 6 months, short term problem. Let's say you've not protected the deposit and you're going to get fined 3 times. Short term problems. That's all it is. But you're a level 3 person dealing with a level 4 problem. To solve that problem, you're going to become a level 5 person. Now, the next time you have a level 4 problem, so let's just say that tenant is a level 4 problem. I'm like there is no levels, right? I'm making these up. But I'm a level 17. A level 4 problem? Here, our solicitor, just deal with this knobhead. We've got a knobhead in a flat, just deal with him, evict him, do what you need to do, and go fix that problem. Great. It doesn't affect our cash flow, it doesn't affect our lives, it doesn't keep me up at night. Does it annoy me? Yeah. It annoys me because I've put myself into that situation, so I'm kicking myself for making the same mistake yet again. You know, as a landlord, you try and be really nice and you try and give people benefit of the doubt, and then they screw you. Do you know what I mean? So, there you go. But if you become a level 4 person, you know, a level 5 person after a level 4 problem, then a level 4 problem is easy to get over. But the next problem is a level 6 problem. So now you have to become a level 7 person to handle that problem. And then you're going to have a level 8 problem. And then you become a level 9 person to handle a level 8 type problem. And then you're going to get a level 10, and you become a level 11, and then you're going to have a level 12 problem, and then you become a level 13, and onwards and onwards and onwards. And so every time you have a problem, every time you have an obstacle, it's not unsurmountable, you're just levelling up. I remember seeing on Facebook when someone said, I love the idea of when you get older and it's your birthday, it's not 1 year closer to death, which it is, but you're just levelling up. So I'm level 47 now. Yes. Some people are level 55, some people are level 60, some people are level 112, the amount of experience they've got. Unfortunately the body doesn't work anymore, so we've got to fix that, but you're just levelling up. Every time you have an obstacle, you're levelling up. And that's the key to beating these problems, you know, the micro versus the macro. I always get confused between macro's bigger, isn't it? And micro's like the small problems. But don't sweat the small stuff. The small stuff is just a signpost that you're heading towards your goal. And if you've not got your goals written down for the next 10 years, then that's definitely something that you need to put in place. Anyway, coming up to about 1:45, so my call starts in 10 minutes, need to do a little bit of prep for it. But I hope that's useful for you, and just drop any comments that you've got down below. Give me a like if you like what we've talked about today. We might well put this into a podcast. Good morning, Andy. We're just about to leave, but thank you for joining. But we're here at the beach, by the way, so let me just show off the beach because I just love working from here. And we've had Tony, who's on the line right now. He comes here. He's been here, I should say. It's just very relaxed and very chilled out. That's where we are. We've got people playing volleyball and there's people sailing boats. My house is down there somewhere. You did miss me. Or are you saying missed you anyway? But thank you for that. Good morning, Sanjay. We're just about to leave, unfortunately. But this is where we're working from today. This is where we've got coaching calls from and so on. Let's put that back on me. There we go. So also, this is kind of the first time we've done this type of live. Usually my lives, I'll just be on for a few more minutes here, but usually my lives are like very specific, very business orientated. I seem to have an audience, by the way. Very business specific, very business orientated, and this time I just wanted to be a bit more chilled out and just be a bit more personal on some of my stuff. So we might on the next one's probably going to be Monday. Is it Monday? What we've got on Monday? I don't think we've got anything on. So we'll probably do this again Monday, same time, same channel. And we might do an Ask Me Anything type podcast. Or actually even after the next coaching call. So I'm out for the next 6 hours basically while I've got kids at the house. So we might just go live again. But look, I hope you enjoyed that, and we'll catch up with you on the next live on Facebook. Have a great day, guys. Take care.